Have you ever felt like there's some secret thing going on in your home? Something that connects those nagging allergies, the pests that just won't go away, and even how comfortable you feel? Well, you're right, there is. And in this explainer, we're going to pull back the curtain on it.
Okay, let's jump right in. We're not going to start with some complicated science lecture. Nah, we're starting with stuff we all deal with. That stuffy, humid feeling in the summer, or that dry, scratchy skin in the winter. Maybe it's allergies that feel like a year-round thing, or seeing, well, a few too many creepy crawlies. Turns out, these aren't just random annoyances. They're all symptoms of the same core issue.
So that leads us to the big question, right? What is this one invisible force that's tying all these different headaches together? The answer is actually pretty simple, and it's all about finding a perfect balance in the air around you.
And that perfect balance, that elegant solution, really just boils down to a couple of numbers. A specific range, a sweet spot if you will, that can completely transform your home from a place that's kind of working against you into a true sanctuary that's actively supporting your health.
And here it is, 40 to 50%. That's the magic number. We're talking about the ideal range for your home's indoor relative humidity, basically how much moisture is in your air. This is the answer. This is the hero number of our story today. And once you get why it's so important, you'll never think about the air in your home the same way again.
Now, what's so incredible about this number is that it's not just some random guess. It's what you'd call a point of scientific consensus. You have experts from totally different fields. We're talking pest control, public health, building engineers, and they all, working independently, pointed to this exact same range. It's a true convergence zone where all the science agrees.
And you can see it right here. Just look at who's saying this. The EPA wants you under 50% to fight pests and mold. The CDC is aiming for 40 to 60% to stop viruses from spreading. ASHRAE, the people who literally write the book on building comfort, say 30 to 60%. And the World Health Organization, stay below 50% to get rid of dust mites. You see that beautiful overlap? That 40 to 50% zone is the bullseye where all these critical goals meet.
So, why does this work so darn well? Let's talk about the pests first. Because for a lot of the things you don't want in your house, humidity isn't just about comfort. For them, it is literally life or death.
This chart just says it all, doesn't it? Look at these numbers. Dust mites, they need it over 65%. Mold needs it even higher. Cockroaches, they love a swampy 70 to 85% humidity. You drop it below 50 and they actually start to dehydrate. And silverfish, oh man, they're so dependent on moisture they just can't make it. You're basically creating an environment where they simply can't survive.
I just love how the research puts this. It's not just a minor inconvenience for them, it's a biological crisis. Think about that. Dust mites, which are a huge source of allergens for so many people, can't drink water. They have to absorb it right out of the air. So if you take that moisture away, you literally shut down their entire life cycle. So the takeaway here is huge. By keeping your home in that 40 to 50% sweet spot, you're making it so dust mites can't reproduce, mold spores can't even get started, and insects like cockroaches literally start to dry out. It is, without a doubt, one of the most powerful, non-chemical pest control strategies you could ever use.
Okay, so let's flip the script. Because here's the absolute best part. This exact same environment that pests absolutely hate, well, it just so happens to be the perfect environment for us. It's a total win-win.
You really want to avoid the extremes here. Think of it like a danger zone on either side. When the air is too dry, under 30%, you get dry skin, your immune defenses actually weaken, and viruses can hang around in the air longer. But when it's too high, over 60%, you get that sticky, clammy feeling, and you're basically rolling out the welcome mat for mold and other allergens. That 40 to 50% range is our safe harbor, right in the middle.
And the benefits of being in that sweet spot are amazing. Your respiratory system's natural defense mechanisms work better. Studies showed that viruses, like the flu, just don't survive as well in this environment. Your skin stays healthier because its natural moisture barrier is protected. And yeah, you even sleep better because you're not dealing with a scratchy throat or that stuffy feeling.
Okay, so we know the target is 40 to 50%. We get why it's so important for getting rid of pests and for our own health. So the big question is, how do we actually do it?
It really comes down to a super simple three-step plan. Monitor, manage, and maintain. First, you can't control what you can't measure, so you need to know your numbers. A cheap little digital hygrometer is all you need. Second, you have to actively manage the moisture. And third, you just have to maintain whatever tools you're using.
Look, managing this is really a tale of two different seasons. In the winter, you crank up the heat and that hot air dries everything out, often dropping your humidity way down. The fix? A humidifier to add moisture back in.
Then in the summer, all that sticky outdoor humidity tries to sneak in, pushing the levels way up. The fix there? A dehumidifier to pull that extra moisture out. It's that simple. Add or remove.
Now here is a really important insight from building science that most people just don't know. Your air conditioner? Its main job is to control temperature, not humidity. Yes, it removes a little moisture while it's running, but it's often not nearly enough to get you down into that perfect 40 to 50% range, especially if you live somewhere humid. For real control, you often need a dedicated dehumidifier.
All right, let's wrap this all up. We've talked about the invisible problem, we've found our magic number, and we've got a simple plan. So what's the one thing you absolutely have to remember from all of this?
When you boil it all down, what's the one takeaway that really matters for you and your home? It all comes back to this target, 40 to 50%. If you remember nothing else, remember this number. This is the goal that changes everything.
Because as we've seen, this isn't just about feeling a little less sticky in the summer. No, maintaining this balance is a powerful, science-backed strategy for creating a genuinely healthier home. A home with fewer allergens, fewer pests, and an environment that actually helps your body stay strong and fight off illness.
So I'll leave you with this question to think about. Right now, in your own home, is the air around you working for you, or is it secretly working against you? Well, now you know the number you need to find out.